Hello, today we are going to learn all about 3 by 3 multiplication. Now we've been working hard in class learning about 4 by 2, 3 by 2, 2 by 2 multiplication, and now you are finally ready for 3 by 3. We have Miss Muley here who's going to introduce the problem for us.
Hello, boys and girls. Let's find the product of 544 and 369. Hope you're all rewriting this vertically.
Now, if I scroll down, we have a great chart to help you with this problem that we're going to use. So first, notice I rewrote this 544 times 369. This is exactly how you would want to set it up. Now, first, we're going to work with the box that is red. And notice this is my 9, my digit in my ones place. So I'm only going to work with the 9. And in fact, you can even cross out the 3 and the 6 and ignore that right now. So we're going to first work with the 9. So we're going to take the 9 and we're going to do 9 times 4. So notice we're multiplying the 9 in the ones place by the 4 in the ones place. 9 times 4 happens to be 36. Now obviously we can't fit 36 in the ones place here. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a 3 from here and we're going to carry it right above this 4 in my tens place, and my 6 is going to go in my ones place. Now my next step is going to be 9 times 4 again, but notice I'm using the 4 in my tens place. So this time 9 times 4 happens to be 36, but we're going to add the 3 above. So 36 plus 3 is 39. And just like what we did before is we are going to carry my 3, and my 9 is going to go in my tens place. Now I'm going to do 9 times 5, which happens to be 45. Now 45 plus 3 is 48. Now notice if you felt like you wanted to carry this 4 here, there's no number here. So instead I'm going to bring my 4 to my thousands place, and my 8 is going to go in my hundreds place. Now I'm going to move to my 6. Now notice my 6 in the number 369 happens to be in the tens place, which means we're multiplying by 10. Therefore, I'm going to add my 0 right in my ones place, showing me that I multiplied by 10. And now I'm going to go in the same process. Now carefully watch my mouse. 6 times 4, 6 times 4, 6 times 5. Notice I'm going from the ones, tens, to hundreds. So 6 times 4 happens to be 24. Now I'm going to carry this 2, but this time I'm going to put it right above that 3 in this green. Oh, I'm going to put it right above this 3 in the green box here. Now anything in the red boxes you can just ignore, you can simply cross out, so you do not use that for anything related to the 6. So now we discover that 6 times 4 was 24, and I'm going to bring my 4 into the tens place. Now I have 6 times 4 again, which is 24. Now I'm going to be looking at what else is also in green, which happens to be this 2. Again, this 3 you're ignoring, you crossed it out, you have nothing to do with this 3, you're only using the 2. So 6 times 4 is 24, plus 2 is 26. So again, I'm going to carry my 2, and my 6 is going to go in my hundreds place. Next, I'm going to do 6 times 5, which happens to be 30, plus 2 is 32. Now, again, I'm out of digits here, so I'm going to move this 3 into my 10,000s place, and my 2 is going to move into my thousands place. Now, just like what we did with the red boxes, before we move to my next digit, you can just cross out everything that's in green over here and just make it look just like with the red boxes here, and cross everything out in this area because you are not using that anymore. And now we're going to move to my 3 in the hundreds place. Now, just like we did with the 6, we multiplied by 10, so we added a 0 here. But now if I move into my hundreds, I'm going to be multiplying by 100. So this time we're not going to add just 1 0, we're going to add 2 zeros. Now this is the major difference between a 3 by 2 problem and a 3 by 3 problem. You are now multiplying by 100 as well. So you're adding not just 1 0, 2 zeros. So now I'm going to start with 3 times 4, again moving from my ones, tens, to hundreds. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to carry my 2, and notice I'm putting it way up here. Now when you're doing these problems, you do need a lot of space. I'm going to bring my 2 to my hundreds place. Oh, let me get a 2. Oh my gosh. Let's get this 2 here. Okay, so now we have my 2 here, and now what's next is 3 times 4, which is 12, and I'm going to add this 1 from right above here from the previous step. So 12 plus 1, we're left with 13. I'm going to carry my 1, and my 3 is going to go in my thousands place. And last but least, I have 3 times 5, which is 15, plus 1 is 16. And notice there's no more digits left, so I brought my 1 right down here in my hundred thousands place. So now I have my 1, and my 6 is going to go in my 10 thousands place. But now my last step is we are going to add. And I love drawing this line between my next step before I add, just to remind everybody that you're moving to your next step. So you're not multiplying anymore, you are now adding. And you're adding all the numbers that are between this first line and this second line. So we're going to look at my ones place. We have 6 plus 0 plus 0, which happens to be 6. And that goes in my ones place. Now I have 9 plus 4 plus 0, which happens to be 13. So I'm going to carry my 1, and I'm just going to put the 1 right here to my hundreds place, and my 3 is going to go in my tens place. And now I have 1 plus 8 plus 6 plus 2, which happens to be 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, 16 plus 1 is 17. So I'm going to carry this 1 into my thousands place, and my 6 is going to go into my hundreds place. Now I have 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3. 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10. And let me get... Oh, and over here, when we did 8 plus 1, let me make this one. Oh, it's not letting me click this. So right here, this 6 is actually going to be a 17, which is going to turn into a 7. And how did we come up with this 7? We had 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 2 is 11, 11 plus 6 is 17. So now back to here, we have our 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10, carried the 1, brought my 0 to my thousands place, and now we have 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10. And again, I'm going to bring my 0 here. Let me just copy this. 1 is going to go here. So now, last but least, in my hundred thousands place, I have 1 plus 1, which is 2. Now notice this did take up a lot of space on my paper, and in fact it's a lot of numbers. It's very easy to make very simple mistakes, easily choosing the wrong number, identifying which number goes where. It's a lot of steps, and we all make small mistakes, and that's okay, but it's very important that you go back and check your work to make sure you did all these steps correctly. So now we have our final answer. So I'm going to save and close this. And here's what our work looks like, which is pretty awesome. So we have Miss Muley here, who's actually going to read our final answer for us. And I'm going to even add in my commas here as well. So Miss Muley, what is our final answer?
Our final answer is 200,736.
Awesome. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to look back at this at any moment, especially when you're practicing 3 by 3 multiplication.